Well, hello again, wonderful followers. This is, as promised, the second set of Michael Whelan cards. I'm going to try to go a little bit slower now, and a little more detailed. This one here was actually part of a contest run by, believe it or not, Walden Books. It was quite some time ago, they're long gone. But yeah, if you won the contest, you actually got the original painting. That I put in for it. I would have loved to have gotten it. This is from Larry Niven's Destiny, or I can't remember the name of the book, but it had I love the color to it. He has a way of getting certain colors, and that of course is Anne McCaffrey, one of the Pern novels. I think. Let's see. The one that was on the other side was one of his original works. He actually does his own Christmas cards, and he makes the paintings for them and sends them out every year. So you can see all the stories that are on the back there. Here's the second page. This is from a series I never read. I think it's by Julian May. I might have to look into that one now, because I've been going back to a lot of the older books that I skipped on for one reason or another. A lot of them turned out I wasn't old enough to appreciate them. The concepts and stuff they talked about just didn't fit with me at that time. This is from David Brin's trilogy of, I'm trying to remember the name of the books. Uplift War books. And they were pretty good, and I loved this cover. I don't think Whelan did the other two covers, which is sad. In his later years, he stopped doing books as much. He's pretty much been doing his own work, which is still amazing. But boy, do I miss his covers, because usually he had a way of reading I guess they would send him the synopsis and some chapter information, and whatever he did, he managed to pick the right images for the paintings. These are two more of the covers for Pern books. This is Dragonflight and Dragon Quest. And this is, of course, is the very first Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn by Ted Williams. This is supposed to be Dia Chica Z or something, not something I can pronounce. But this was a two-panel. It would wrap around the book. You'd see this on the front and this in the back, which is pretty amazing stuff. I think this is actually from one of Stephen King's Gunslinger stories. And this is an experimental piece he did on his own. This is from a book, it was a two-part book that I actually got, but this was the original. It's from Cuckoo's Egg, I think. And there was two stories about, this story is about a alien race that raises a human to become an ambassador of theirs or something like that. Look at these. This is The Uplift War by David Brin. That's a good cover. And that's War from Piers Anthony's. That's the fourth book in the Incarnations of Immortality. Wasn't my favorite book, but his artwork is still good. And this is Smoke Ring, the sequel to Integral Trees by Larry Niven. It's not as good a cover as the Integral Trees cover. I always loved this one. Just the mechanics of the spaceship are kind of cool looking. And this is one of his Alaric of Marlenborn. Excuse me on the pronunciations. I suck on that stuff. But he does good ones of that. This was from a magazine, Realms of Fantasy. This was a specific story in there. And that's just an amazing cover. And these ones here are actually from a series of books, I think H. Beam Piper, The Fuzzies. which are kind of, I've never read them, but he does quite a few covers there for that one. That's a Helene book. These are kind of interesting because I think there's something to do with polka. There's a set of books that goes with that, and they have it's a race of teddy bear looking creatures that seem to do a lot of our old literature. Like the one he did one, I think it might have been the first set, of a bear like this riding a horse as Napoleon. So that's a pretty interesting one. This is one of his private works, which I like. This is private too, which I'm not quite so fond of. I couldn't read the books. They weren't quite what I was hoping for, but the covers he did for them are amazing. And I have the first one, not this one, but the first one in a holographic card as a special card. It is really good. This is the Green Angel Tower, which was the final book in Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn by Tad Williams. And it's got it on one card, but it's actually two sides of the cover as well. Sky Bowl, that was a great series. A rough series occasions, but the artwork he did for it was amazing. This is Asimov's The Naked Sun. There have been other covers, and surprisingly, Michael Whelan did one of them. I didn't expect that. These are private works. This is another Elric of Mellenborn. I like that. More teddy bears. These are the Stone of Farewell covers. This would be the front, and this would be the back. And there's supposedly, which you can see it, an image of a bearded man in the rocks. I'm not sure why it was in there. I think it was a reference to Joshua. Here's some of his older covers. I just love this because of the way he gets the glow, the color, the contrast to make that glow seem like it's alive. This is a cover to a book. I've seen it. I think it would be hard to trace down, but I always kind of loved that cover. That's Death Dancing, which is, I love that one. I'd like to do something of that myself. His Chonar Venture books covers are just amazing. And these are actually his covers for some of the Foundation books. So I really did like those covers for it. This is Melanie Ron, she did the Sky Bowl and the first two series in a Dragon Prince series. This was a different series that she started, and she never really finished. But I think there is a second one, and it has a Michael Whelan cover. This cover was used for C.J. Sherry's collection of short stories, which is an awesome collection of short stories. Some of these other ones I don't really know the covers, because I think these are, like this one's from a book, I believe. I just don't think I know them. And here we are at the end. This is a book to a book cover. I never read it. This is a Faded Sun trilogy that I got in an omnibus for C.J. Sherry. C.J. Sherry is a very good writer. Because she's also the one that does the Chonar Ventures, and they are amazing books. Another one from Melanie Ron. And this was a book, don't remember, I think it might have been a Frederick Poole or something like that. These ones I don't know. This was, I think, the cover to Grumbles from the Grave for Highline. That might be his. So all in all, that is the second collection.